Hi guys! This is such an exciting video to do. So, I am now a business owner. You guys might not be as excited as me, but this has been such a long time coming. I originally had tried to document my journey, but I'll be honest, I completely forgot to film more of the process because I was just hustling, guys. I was hustling. So I am now the proud founder of Creative Evolution. So I always say evolution, but the actual British way of saying it is evolution. So, but you know what, it's my business, so it's Creative Evolution Limited, and it is a creative agency focusing on social media management, photography, videography, editing, and content creation basically. And I couldn't be more excited than right now. So I went from a 9-to-5 to being a business owner, and I am living the dream. Saying that, I'm still in the honeymoon of leaving my 9-to-5 to being a business owner. Is literally day 2 of doing this full time. So, you know, I thought it would be better to film this now than when I'm stressed. So I thought I would share my journey with you guys. I also purposefully dressed like bougie vibes. I'm fully wanting to give that Emily in Paris aesthetic and vibe, but you can't do that without not having one bougie blouse, right? I mean, these are so impractical. Literally when you wash your hands, they get wet, but for the aesthetic, I will wear it. So I thought I would dive in and share my journey of going from a 9-to-5 and why I chose to start my own business. And I thought it would be helpful for people of similar age or going through the same sort of journey. So my name is Maya. For those of you that don't know me, for those that do, hi again. I have worked freelance in the past and I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I had so much still to learn that I decided to carry on working in agencies because there are so many people there and so much to learn from agencies. It's so fast paced, so many clients that you just naturally learn more. And in the process of doing that, I have gained so many skills, and I can be more grateful to the agencies that I've worked with because I wouldn't be where I am today without them. Working freelance, however, was a massive difference. I got to work with businesses that I align with, choosing who I get to work with and what brands. So I don't tend to have a specific niche in terms of industry that I work with, but the people that I work with, I have to align with how they feel about their company and what their journey, where they want to go. And that tends to be people with growing businesses that are super passionate about their business and just haven't quite reached that point of expanding yet. They don't have the time to invest in their social media management, and that's where I come in. I help transform their social media to be an asset rather than a burden, and that's what I want my agency to be doing too. Same with the content creation side and building websites, etc. I have so many plans for my business, but I'm not going to gloss over the freelancing stuff. So having worked in agencies, I was actually working 9-to-6. So everyone complains about 9-to-5, but add an extra hour. Trust me, it's a pain. Working 9-to-6, again, I learnt so much, I met so many people, I gained so much from it, but I like having a life too. And that includes choosing when you want to go on holiday, choosing when you want to work. Sometimes I have a creative flow at midnight and I just get to working, but I'm not going to do that when it's a 9-to-6. I know that sounds awful, but I'm not working extra hours for the sake of it. So I always found that working when it's working for myself, that I was able to take those creative flows and make the most of them. And that has sometimes been working till 3 a.m. because actually my head is like full of ideas and work's just getting done so easily, and so I haven't stopped that flow. Now, that doesn't happen all the time, so don't worry, I'm not being really unhealthy that I'm just staying up till 3 a.m. every night. But I always found that it was helpful to be able to, especially being a creative, to fully go with the flow of creative thought when working for myself, because I was able to come up with some awesome ideas that can sometimes be a strain when you're doing a 9 to 6 and going through monotonous days. I also am such a people person. I absolutely love working with clients. I think that's one thing that I missed sometimes working in agencies, where I was slightly disconnected where I have been in the past, and it's something that I thoroughly enjoy, being able to speak closely with the client, to be able to understand their goals and help them reach that. That is literally the point of marketing, to help businesses reach their goals, and being able to be the face of my business is going to help me be part of that process of connecting with people, networking, and helping more and more people. That is my bread and butter. So I'm definitely looking forward to more of that. Starting a business, I don't think the entrepreneur spirit has ever not been in me, just because both of my parents have businesses and they're very driven, and I've always grown up with that headspace. Both my parents have worked for themselves, so even when my mum was working in fitness, she was technically self-employed and working for herself, finding gigs, what gyms to work out, what classes she wanted to do, training herself to do more. My dad started his business, I think, just before I was born, and he's still going to this day, and it's thriving. And if you have any construction needs, into image creation. If you want a vacation in the north of France, which is Normandy, Normandy area, then Le Moulin de la Quentiniere is where you need to go. Stunning place, check it out. I will put all the links below. But they are my parents' businesses. Image creation, so my dad starting that from just before I was born, that was a big thing, seeing a parent start and grow their business as you're growing up. I think it's something that I understand the hard work that goes into having your own business and the hustle. I know people are against hustle culture now, but there is still hard work that you have to put into it, even if it's you're working smarter rather than harder. It's still hard work mentally, trying to work smarter and having those skill sets to do that. So I really valued that growing up, seeing my dad's business grow. Literally it started out with 2-3 of them working at my dad's business, to now there's so many people within the business. It's amazing for me to see that he's thrived, and that's what I want to do in my business. I want to be able to step back in 25 years and go, wow, look at what I've created. I'd like to do that in a year too, but you know what I mean, in the big picture stuff. So starting my own business was one of those things that it does feel like a leap of faith, but having my parents' support definitely made a difference. And also because I was able to have conversations with them about, tips and asking questions about having your own business. Additionally, I did purposefully network with people that already were in that position of freelancing or running their own business. Literally from January, I started communicating and going to networking events and meeting people that I inspired me, and I've stayed in contact with them since. A lot of them have really supported me, and I'm so grateful for them, because it does make a difference. It's quite a lonely place trying to work up to these goals, and when you're quite young as well, actually at any age, when you're young, people doubt that you're able to do it and sort of warn you of the risks. I even had that when I was telling my family last week that I had launched my business, like some members of my family like, oh, do you know that it's quite hard to start a business? It's like, yes, I know. That's why it's taken me this long to get here, from the initial idea. But at the same time, for me personally, I'm 25. I don't really have anything to lose. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have kids. Like, there's less of a risk for me in comparison to people with that. And additionally, the people that are older that have those assets, that there is more to lose, that's where people start jumping in with their opinions too of, are you sure you want to do this? So much risk to it. But that fear mindset is just something that's limiting, and I really don't believe in it. I feel like if you believe in what you do, then you can do it, whether that's on the side of your 9 to 5, trying to build up before making any jumps, so then it's like a hop rather than a jump, whether it's finding a part-time job, so then you can still cover certain bills and rent and or mortgage while building your business on the side, then that's the path that you take. But don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it, because you can. I'm trying not to make this a motivational speech, but you know what, you can do it if you want to do it. I definitely feel like having a partner that supports you as well, or friends that support you, makes such a big difference. So it's an exciting time. You don't want it to just be about the daunting side, because that fear will creep in anyway, and imposter syndrome will creep in, whether you believe in yourself or not. Like, I know, even sat here today on a Tuesday, literally having imposter syndrome that I'm not, like, I am working, but I'm not in the office working. It's crazy. Like, that's madness. I think it will definitely kick in after like a month, because I'll be like, okay, I haven't been in for a while now. But you need that support of those cheerleaders. My friend, I've got like a few friends that have really supported me. Actually, most of my friends, to be fair, but I have purposely surrounded myself with people that will support me through that process, just as I would support them. And I really think it makes such a difference, because it is a scary time and fear will creep in, so you need those people to balance it out. Also, I think it's helpful to have those people. You see all these reels and videos of stay silent and like do it in quiet and people will see the result. Yes, okay, great. Don't have to publicize it to the absolute world that you're setting up a business. In case you decide to go a different way, you don't need to be like ridiculed for not following through or whatever. But I don't think you have to keep it to yourself. The world is already a lonely place if you're, and like setting up a business is a risk, and it can be quite lonely when you're a business owner. You're not having to go into the office. You can go to co-working spaces and create that network for yourself, but again, it's still lonely. So there's no point isolating yourself even further by not speaking to the people closest to you, or creating that support group, that community side, to help you get through this transition. It's a big deal. And being able to celebrate those wins, I've definitely found that I've got a few different training courses and communities that I've become a part of from January, so then I knew that when I did finally take this leap, that I would be able to celebrate with the people around me. So yes, I am very happy that I did that, so it doesn't seem so daunting. I've literally rambled on and on, but I hope this has motivated you to start whether it's a side hustle that turns into the full-time job, whether it's just a passion project that you really, really feel passionate about. But just do it. Let's not get copyrighted by Nike. But do it. There is nothing stopping you. Worst comes to worst, you fail. And failure is just a lesson. You've done it. You don't want to get to the end of your life and start thinking, what if I had done this? What if I had done that? Why not just do it? Even if it's a small test run, even if it's in a minute scale in comparison to the big picture thing, even if it's you decide to do the big picture thing, just do it, because at the end of the day, life is short, and even if life isn't, life isn't short, you've got however many years on this planet, whatever, you don't know what's coming tomorrow. People who are, rich and wealthy can be poor tomorrow. People that are poor can suddenly win the lottery and be rich tomorrow. You just don't know. And as scary as it is to not know, it's also a fun place to be, because that means you can create whatever destiny you want to create for yourself. So do it. Please let me know what it doesn't have to be big dreams, but what you are going to do today for your big dream down the line. Let me know in the comments, because I want to know. I want to hear the wins of the week. I want to hear all the wins, whether it's a lesson. A lesson is a win. Whether you see that as a failure, it's not a failure. It's a step towards knowing what you want to do. So for example, an example would be losing a client. There are 2 ways to go about it. First way, you could be absolutely devastated and go, I don't deserve clients, and they've left because I am not good at what I do and I'm surprised that I got them anyway. Really sad. Second way, okay, a client's left, which opens the door to a new client, which will align with me, but I want to understand why they left, and if there's something that I can upskill myself so that then I can retain clients in the future. And that doesn't mean that it's the end of a relationship too. I have had clients before that have left and then come back. So I think it's worth always taking a step back, taking a little bit of emotion out of it and taking it personally. Sometimes it's really not personal. If it is personal, they don't gel with you, move on. Like, there's bound to be more people. There are literally billions of people on this planet, and I don't know how many businesses, but there's so many businesses that there's no point dwelling on one. I honestly thought someone was coming through the door. There's no point dwelling on one. But all this to say that whatever you want to do in your life, just find a way of doing it. Write it down and make a game plan of how you're going to achieve that, because anything is possible. Just like winning the lottery is possible, just like moving to another country. Yes, okay, it's daunting, but you can do it. It's 100% possible. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and please subscribe if you liked this video, because you'll see more from me, and give this a thumbs up. If you want to see more, like even more, I will link my socials below, including my business socials, which is so exciting. But I would love to take you guys along with me on the journey of ups and downs of having my own business. But yeah, I'll see you guys